Hi everybody, my name's Elle and today I'm going to be sharing my experience and telling my story about a chest condition which I've been dealing with for quite some time called Pectus Excavatum. I was a little bit hesitant at first to whether even make this video because only a small amount of people know about it, like my friends, my family and my partner, and it is quite a private thing for me, but I thought I should push those anxieties aside and tell my story because when I first started my Pectus Excavatum journey, I used to Google Pectus Excavatum, I used to search it on YouTube, and there wasn't any information about it, especially with like personal experiences, so I couldn't really relate to anything or anybody, and I just wish that I had this video that I'm doing right now for me to look at so I didn't feel so isolated, because that's how I felt, because I couldn't really relate to anybody because there wasn't anybody else that I knew who was going through this. So hopefully this video can maybe answer some questions or give some comfort, and just to help people, if they can't relate to anybody else, they can at least relate to me. And if I can help anybody in any way, then this video has definitely, served its purpose. So fingers crossed I can do that for you guys. So I'm gonna go in now and just give the whole overview of Pectus Excavatum and my experiences. So Pectus excavatum is a congenital deformity of the breastbone, which is also known as the sternum, and it can give off like it's like a curvature in your cleavage, and it's also known as a funnel chest or a sunken chest, I believe. And it is really rare as well. Only 1 in 400 men and 1 in 450 women actually have it, so yeah, it is quite rare, and especially more so in women. And I remember I think I was about 14 or 15, I'm 24 now, so yeah, it's quite a long time ago. And I was going through puberty as well, and I think when you're going through puberty you do kind of analyse your body, you can't help but compare it to other people, and I think that's when you become aware of social media. And for me, when I used to be with my friends and stuff, I could see that I was drastically different, because they all had big boobs and a relatively looking normal cleavage, where for me I was quite slight as well, so I didn't really have big boobs at all. So it made the dip more prominent, and I just remember thinking, like, what on earth is going on with me? Like, I can't see anybody else looking like this. And I think that was when I became aware of social media as well, and even looking on there, I think that just amplified how extremely different I was, and it just made me feel like even worse. And it did really give me quite a lot of low self-esteem. I wasn't that confident in school at all, and I used to get comments that I was really slim and I had no boobs, so that just got on top of everything else, and I just felt awful. So I decided to go to the doctors to see what was really going on, because I was just sick of not knowing, and it was just such an awful place that I was in. So I thought, right, I'll just go to the doctors and just see what happens. And I remember going in, and my local GP looked at me and said that it did look like it was Pectus excavatum, and that's when I went home and looked up, as you do, on Google, and I couldn't find anything. So he then referred me to a surgeon, a thoracic surgeon at the Freeman Hospital, and he had a look at me and 100% confirmed that it was Pectus excavatum. And he also asked me to go for a CT scan, and when he got the results for that, he said that I was eligible for a NUS procedure to help fix the dip that I had in my chest. And what the nurse procedure is, it's quite gruesome, so just bear with. It's like a metal bar, and it fits from here to here, and basically they make like an incision here and an incision here, and they put the metal bar through and they flip it. I know it, even now it literally makes me stomach curdle. And they actually pop your sternum back out, because obviously when you're born, like when you're getting made, it really should have been out, but because of this congenital deformity, it's sunken in, so it needs help to get back out. And he did say that it was an extremely invasive surgery. I would be off work for a month, on high doses of like tramadol. If I was in hospital, I would have to be in for a week before I could go home, and I'd be on like an epidural and stuff because of the pain, and I'm not the greatest with pain, so I thought that wouldn't be the best option for me. And obviously because I work in childcare, that wasn't going to be the best option for me, because even after you know, your time off to recover, going back, you still have to take it quite easy, and with my profession, that just wasn't possible. So he did say that I could have a think about it, and if I wanted to go forward, I would just have to get in touch with him, and then we would sort out dates, etc. And then I decided to go and speak to a plastic surgeon about getting my boobs done, in case that was another option that I decided to go for. The only reason that I decided to go and have a look and see if that was another option for me is because obviously with it being common in men have like obviously men don't have breasts, so if they've got a dip, there's no way that you can disguise it. But with women, sometimes women who do have it, the condition, it doesn't really bother them as much because they've got boobs, and obviously that totally disguises it. But with me, I was slight, I had no boobs, and I had a dip, so I thought I literally looked like a boy who had it. So I decided to go and speak to him, and he actually said that if I decided to go ahead and get my breasts done, it wouldn't be 100%, because obviously my body, it's just even with loads of surgery, there would still be a chance of the dip coming back, or if I decide to get my boobs done, it would still not look 100%. But even if it would look better than what it did, that's all that I wanted. And so he explained that to me, and with that, I went home and really thought about it. I did so much research, because there was more information on the NUS procedure than anything else, so I really did think about that. And then I weighed up getting my boobs done, and I actually decided to go ahead and get my boobs done, only because there was more risks if I decided to get the NUS procedure done, and there was less recovery time if I got my boobs done. So I decided to get my boobs done at the Cobalt Hospital, done by Mr. Hodgkinson, and he was amazing. I went in, it was a year ago in April, I think it was the 12th of April of last year. I went in and I got it done under the muscle, and I think I was in there for maybe 3 hours, and then I came home, and I think I was only really in pain for about 3 days, and then after that I was absolutely fine. I was getting up, I was putting tops on myself, and honestly, when I got to see my boobs for the first time, I just cried and cried and cried, because I couldn't actually believe how different even the thought of it now is getting me a bit teary. I couldn't actually believe how different my chest looked just from having a couple of implants put in my chest. And even now when I look in the mirror, I can sometimes still see the dip, but my God, it is 1,000,010 times better than what it looked like and what I could have ever imagined my new chest to look like. It's just absolutely insane. And I genuinely, the thing is, I don't want people to think from this video that I'm promoting plastic surgery, because I'm not. I'm only telling people from my perspective on what worked best for me, and people who may be watching this might have a severe dip which might only be rectified properly with the NUS procedure, and if that is the route that you want to go down, then that will work best for you. But this just worked better for me, and maybe people who don't want to go for the NUS procedure could look at breast implants as another option, because it was, as I can imagine, it was less painful than what the NUS procedure would have been, and less recovery time. And quite honestly, the difference in me now is just insane. Like, I just feel so much better, like, in myself. And I really do believe that if you feel good within you, you just, I think everyone can see it. It just shines out, and people can see how different and how much more confident I am, like the things that I wear. Because when I was a lot younger, and I used to try and like disguise the type of things that I was wearing, like my cleavage would just look awful, but then I would spend ages, like even before I went out, trying to like, I would only wear like this one bra that would like push everything together, and I remember like the next morning being in like agony, and I'd have like cuts and that, because I had the bra pushed together so much just to give the illusion that I had like a normal chest and normal boobs. But now, like, I don't have to do that, and I just feel so much better in myself, just the things that I can wear, and oh, I just feel so amazing. And I really do hope that this video can give whoever's watching some sort of insight and a personal experience from someone who's actually been through what you might be going through, or what a friend might be going through, and you can tell them about this video. But I really do hope that I have, you know, maybe answered some questions or given you guys some comfort. But yeah, it has been quite a big thing for me to share my experience. But if it makes somebody else in the world feel better and not alone in this condition, then I've done, the video's been a success in my eyes. So if you've liked the video, please give it a like, or if there's any questions, please leave it below. And if you really like the video, please subscribe. It was lovely chatting to you. Thank you.